Good morning, friends. I hope that you're really good and that you've had a good Monday so far. Maybe it's even Sunday where you are. I don't know. You guys are getting a lot in here and I love it. As you might have figured out from the title, today I'm just gonna take like a few minutes and really test out a bodice that I've measured out. It's a bodice that's measured to my measurements. I'll link the video that I used below. There's specifically one measurement that I think she's actually missing to like highlight where it's from in the video. So I'm quite curious to see if the pieces are the way they're supposed to be. The one measurement I'm talking about is actually when she starts making the back bodice and when she's measuring out one of the dots for the sleeve opening. Anyways, I have made my two pieces and yeah, today we're gonna test them out. I have some fabric that I both like and also wouldn't be sad if I lost. I don't know if that makes sense, it doesn't to me. But we're gonna try it out on that fabric and yeah, let's get going. Okay, so I have my front bodice right here. Quite excited actually to test out the darts to see if they match. And then I have my back bodice right here. That was the easier one to make out of the two. And then she actually, at the end of the video, she also had a sleeve drafting technique. So I decided to try that too. So I have kind of my three, yeah, what would you say, my three absolute basic patterns right here. I did already take them and copy into a pattern that I have over here. It's a bit, I want to make what I call a scoop dress, so it will have like a very scooped out lining and very rounded lining. And I'm quite excited to see, you know, if I'm going to be able to use these two. The fabric that I have is this one. I actually can't remember what type it is. You have it here. It's viscose, yes. And the reason that I'm choosing this one is also because it's not stretchy. When I test out the fabric pattern, I really just want this to be like snug and perfect fitting, but without any stretch. If it was stretching, then I would know that I could take out a few measurements or take out a few extra centimeters. But yeah, we're testing it on a non-stretchy fabric so that we know if the fit is true or not. The reason that I'm also doing this today is actually because I ordered an overlocker, guys. And I'm so excited. And I have a few projects that I really want to make. But to make those projects, I need like proper patterning. It's worked fine for me by now. If you've seen other videos, you know that I like to copy patterns from clothes I already have. But with the overlocker and with a perfect bodice pattern, I would actually be able to make almost anything, which is super exciting and really inspirational. I don't know, I spent like an hour on Pinterest yesterday. But yeah, let's test this out. What I need to do is just, you can see here that I still need to cut out exactly the pattern. They're without seam allowance, so I need to cut it out and then I need to just trace them on the fabric. I'm gonna do 4 pieces or 6 pieces total, that's double of each, to see how it all fits. I'm gonna go ahead and do that and then I'll meet you by the machine.
Left of me, drowning in what feels just like an ocean. Negativity is getting closer. Hard to keep the heat when it gets colder. You know, sometimes everything just gets hard. Sometimes everything just gets harder.
have all my parts now, and I figured I would show you how far I've come. So you'll see the front piece there with all the darts marked out. I also pressed the darts. I also pressed the darts on the back pieces. You can see here, I have the markings of where they start and stop, but I've pressed them. And then I also have my sleeves. So what I'll do now is I'll join the side seams and shoulder seams together for the back piece and front piece, and then I'm gonna sew up the sleeves. I actually also marked what's front on both of the sleeves because I think that can be hard to see sometimes. But let's join it all together and see how the fit is. Hi, I have assembled all of the pieces, and I have to say this is the first time, like following that pattern is the first time I've been super happy with a pair of sleeves. First of all, they really fit like the whole way around, like super smooth. There's no creases or anything anywhere. They just like the sleeve just fits, so that's a good one. Now Dolly's boobs are a bit perkier than mine, which is fair enough, but you know, doesn't do the fit justice. When I try this on, it really just, yeah, it fits really well. If I were to make one adjustment, I would probably try to heighten this dart a little bit. So I'd move it up like 1 or 2 centimeters, probably 1. And then there's a little bit too much fabric over the chest here. The neckline is also too tight, but when it comes to the neckline, that's really the one thing you almost always do custom whenever you want to use a pattern like this, right? So yeah, all in all, super happy. I did cut the back piece on a fold and then cut it open, so I added about 2 centimeters of extra seam allowance for the back, which is why I am able to gather it around Dolly. Dolly is currently set to my measurements, so this is the final product. I must say also, like when it comes to sewing, usually I always have like a specific project in mind. Like I've bought the fabric, I'm doing everything to sew a specific piece. Having this project and just testing out a pattern on a fabric that I'm not too afraid to lose, because it's all about like, does it fit, is it right, was really enjoyable. I didn't think it would be, because my end goal is always something that I'd like to wear, right? But yeah, I really enjoyed this. So highly recommend. Another thing that I started doing, I always press, obviously, because pressing your pieces when you are making an actual project is the way to go to make it look smooth and crisp and professional. But I also started pressing actually my entire fabric piece before I start sewing. And yeah, I used to not enjoy it, but now I really do, because it just makes the whole project so much easier to work with. So that is my final comment. I think I mentioned in the beginning, I have some nice stuff coming. I've ordered an overlocker, so you're gonna unpack that with me. I've also ordered a huge amount of fabric and other things that's gonna go into the projects coming ahead. So, so stay tuned, guys. Subscribe if you haven't. Leave me one of these if you wanna support. And then I'll see you next Monday. Bye!